So what the is going on this morning?
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to week 6 of training for my first ever marathon. I've got a couple new subscribers that have shown up, so I just want to kind of recap on what I'm doing, what the mission is here, how long we've been doing it, and so on and so forth. So real quick, this is week 6 of 20. I started this journey back in May. My ultimate goal is to complete at least the 2026 Long Beach Marathon, which is on October 11th of 2026. But my ultimate goal is to complete it sub 4, and it's going to be my first marathon. Now, I understand percentages of marathon finishers who reach sub 4 is already like 30% or something. And it's obviously even lower for first time marathoners. So I'm trying to be a part of that small group. So we've been doing this for a couple of weeks now. We're about to start our Monday, week 6, with an easy run. This is off of a 16-mile run yesterday, which I just completed. Now, typically, I'll have the day off after a long run, but this 16-mile run was actually like my furthest run ever. And just the way the plan is derived, it doesn't have today as an off day. But it is going to be a very easy run. I'm going to take probably a little over an hour to do 6 miles, maybe just at an hour. But I'm not trying to keep any kind of like 9-ish pace. I think I'm going to try to stick to the 10s for this run to really let my legs flush out and kind of absorb the impact from yesterday. So I am excited for this week, but I'm also a little nervous because it's going to be another 6. This is only going to be my second 6-day running week that I've done since I started this plan. So the mileage is definitely adding up, but I think I'm absorbing it well. My body's adapting to this, and I'm doing this all for a reason. This is all for a reason, not just to beat myself up, but to make sure that I'm in the best condition possible to do that sub 4 in about 15 weeks. So if you're new to this channel, thanks for watching. If you subscribe, it'll really help. At least like the video to significantly help. My goal is to show the whole process start from finish. You know, I've seen a lot of vlogs and a lot of videos that just capture like a day or two of training, or they capture race day. But my goal here is to show you how it is to go from day 1 through a 20-week training plan, and then ultimately capstone that with a marathon, with finishing a marathon. So we've been doing this every week. Every training has been documented. Let's keep doing it. So let's kick off week 6 strong with the 6-mile easy run. And then we have a push workout this afternoon. Let's get into it. Let's knock it out. See y'all soon.
All right, we are, I think, 3 miles into this run, and I am dragging. Like, my body feels so heavy. My breathing is a bit of a challenge, but I attribute this all to 16 miles yesterday. It's not normal to run 16 miles and then the next morning at 4:30 in the morning get up and run another 6. But this is listed as an easy 6 miles, and believe me, I'm taking it easy. We're at 10:44 pace. Heart rate's at like 137, but that's only because I'm talking right now. Before this, it was like 130. So I'm barely hitting zone 2, which is good. I want this to be a full-on recovery. So that's what we're doing. All right, we're gonna get through this run, and I'm actually feeling kind of hungry. So I'll probably cook something to eat before I go to work. All right, we'll see y'all at the end of this. Let's finish up.
That is a wrap for the first run of week 6. It was a 6-mile easy pace run. Not a lot about that felt easy, aside from the fact that I didn't move my body fast. So it was like, that was rough. It was not like hard, but it was uncomfortable, I guess is a good way to say it. Like, my body felt heavy. So my legs felt heavy, my body felt fatigued. obviously, because I'm still bringing some fatigue in from that long run from yesterday. Um, so my normal lately, my normal slow pace or my normal zone two pace has been about 9:30. I couldn't even get to zone two. Like honestly, I didn't even have the energy to get up to zone two. So I sat around like 1:30, 1:34 for the majority of that run. The first mile was like 11 minutes and 20 seconds or something like that. And then I think we finished up with like a 10 minutes, 30-second average pace, which I think is a good recovery pace. That's where we should have been sitting. I didn't want to overdo this at all. I actually have a little bit of like tightness in my hip, which I need to go kind of roll out real quick, make sure that's not going to turn into a thing. Um, Good start though. Like I feel very accomplished. I have gone from 16 miles yesterday to 4:30 in the morning the next morning, knocking out 6 miles. And we run every day of this week until Friday, and we'll have Saturday off. But today we just got work. Then after work, we're going to do a push workout. So I'll probably hit up my regular gym or the base gym, whichever is most convenient. But do that, then come home, go to sleep, and then get up tomorrow morning and do it again. I'm not too sure what the run is yet tomorrow, but you'll know by the time this video comes out, of course. Um, yeah, I do want to just make a little side note. So I am making these videos for beginner marathoners, um, but I want to make a point that I'm not. This isn't an introductory level program that I'm doing for a marathon. I kind of skipped the first beginners level plan from the book that I'm reading that I mentioned in one of my previous videos by Brad Hudson. I went to the intermediate one, so I just want to make a note that the mileage that I'm doing isn't normal for a brand new beginner. You can get away with doing significantly less mileage while you're prepping for your marathon, but my goal is sub 4 hours, so I feel like I need these miles. So I just wanted to make that disclaimer. I don't want anyone to feel like discouraged or like there's no way I could do 16 miles. First off, I got to say there is absolutely a way that anybody can do this. You just got to want to do it. That's the biggest part. I saw a video a while ago that said, don't ever say you can't do a marathon. Just say you don't want to do it. Because there's people out there in wheelchairs, one leg, one arm, you know, old, young, but anyway, and they're doing marathons. So don't say you can't do it. Just say you don't want to do it. And that's totally normal, completely normal. This is not a normal thing for anybody to want to do. But I'm loving it. I'm loving the process. We got week 6 ahead of us, brand new week starting today. Let's start it out strong and knock this week out and keep moving forward. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Well, we got that one in. That wasn't the smoothest, nor was it one that I really felt like doing, but got to keep this engine going. So workout's done. Now see y'all tomorrow for real, for real.
Good morning. Today is Tuesday, day 2, week 6, marathon training, and we got a pretty fun run planned this morning. We're gonna go do 2 miles easy. We're gonna get to a hill. When we get to that hill, we'll do 6 by 1 minute hill sprints with jog back down recoveries. And then after wrapping that up, we'll do another 2 miles easy back home. So it's nothing crazy. It's nothing super in depth. However, it's exciting to me because it's given us some type of structure to this plan now where there's a routine other than just run out this way and then come back a little bit faster than you went out. So I like the idea of putting some things together, putting different steps and different routes together. For example, how to find a route to this hill that's exactly 2 miles. So I got to do a little zigzagging through the neighborhood, but I think we got it planned out good. So I'm excited to get this running. It's Tuesday morning. We got some momentum going for the morning, so let's keep it going, knock this run out, and then get the day started. See y'all soon. Peace.
I'm feeling so much better on this run than I felt on yesterday's easy run. Like I got my pace, my easy pace back down to about 9:30, or the heart rate's at about 136 right now. It always goes up when I'm talking though. But the point is, the legs are back under me. I feel good. I got like a little snap to me again. Yesterday was so rough. It felt good to be moved again and not be hating every step. Okay, we're almost to the hills. I'll see you guys after the hill sprints.
Finished. We made it back. That run was actually a lot of fun. And I think it's mostly just because it was broken up into segments, and that just makes it a little bit, a lot more exciting than just a out and back or just a big loop like having goals in mind and saying, okay, when I get to this point, I'm going to do this. After I do this, I'm going to time this. I'm going to break this into that, and then we're going to do this last interval and get back home. And I had a really good time. I had a good time. In my head, for some reason, all week, so 2 days, I've been thinking there's going to be 2 miles there, about a mile, and then two back. And I kept telling myself in my head, okay, that's 6 miles. That's 6 miles. I don't know where my math was or how tired I actually am, but I was wrong, clearly. So on my way back, I was at like 4.73 or something like that. And I was like, there's no way that I'm going to hit 6 miles by the time I get back home, because now in my head, I got to do 6 miles today. So instead of making a left that I needed to, I just went straight and I made one more block, which put me just at about 6 miles. I actually had to pass my house just a little bit and turn around and get that six because I'm like retentive like that. So great workout. Today is Tuesday, so I think I'm going to take the day off from the gym and I'll go back to Wednesday, because my original strength training plan was Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But based on running, I've switched it up sometimes. So I'll take today, get some rest. Tomorrow we'll hit it with the 2 days again, and then Thursdays will be 2 days with legs. But I think my performance today is from like chilling out yesterday. Even though I went hard yesterday, I did 6 miles in the morning, and then I did a full push workout after work. So I was very, very tired. Because I was so tired though, I think I slept so well. So that rest was able to get me back up this morning, get some sprint to me, get some spring back in my step, and everything just feels good right now. On a high from that run. Looking forward to my day now. Just knocked out the hardest part of what my day is going to be by far. So better wrap it up and get to it. I'll see you guys in the next update. Peace. Morning. Today is Wednesday, day 4 of week 6 marathon training plan. And today we've got a 10-mile run. We're going to do 4 miles at an easy pace and then finish it out with the last 6 miles being at a moderate pace. So we're going a little bit faster than usual. So I got some of my like faster shoes on, potentially my race day shoes. I'm wearing the Alpha Fly 3s today. But after the run, we got work and then we got a pull workout. So it's going to be another one of those packed days. One of those days that you got to find a motivation to get through it. But I think I've got that motivation already. I'm ready to knock this 10-mile run out and get this day started. So let's get to it. We just averted a potential major crisis. I was just about to take my first steps on my run, and I tried to just check my Bluetooth on my watch to make sure my Coros armband heart rate monitor was on, and it was friggin' dead. So I had to run back inside, swap out for the Wahoo chest strap, which is not as comfortable, but it's still accurate. So now that's connected, and it's getting late. It's like almost 5 o'clock in the morning, and I still gotta do 10 miles and get to work. So we gotta get this run started. See y'all soon. Man, I had a horrible start to this run. So as I already said, I damn near left without a heart rate monitor, which would have been okay. Not a huge deal, but I'm obsessed with accurate heart rate data. But the first like 10 steps of my run, I go on the sidewalk and run straight through a big ass spider web. So it's all over my face. I cover my face. I'm freaking out, cursing. It's like 4:30 in the morning. Some sort of people are upset about that. But now I'm running this. I'm on the 3rd mile now, and I'm convinced there's a spider living on me somewhere during this run. So for the next 6 miles, I feel like itchy and like something's wrong, like something's on me. But we're trying to settle in. 1 more mile, and then it's gonna be the moderate pace to bring us home. Okay, I'm gonna try to stop freaking out. I just complained about the spider web and how this run seems to be cursed or something. As soon as I put the phone up, I step off the curb, everybody's sprinklers on, splash into a big puddle on the ground. So what the is going on this morning? This run is stressing me out. Not even halfway through yet. Let's finish on a positive note though. All right, that was a very close run, close calls, all kinds of issues happening and coming up during that run. So let's talk about it. Here are the splits. I think I did very good holding true to the workout, to what the workout was supposed to be. So I needed to start out easy, which I did. And then I picked it up at mile 4. So 6 through 10 was at a moderate pace. And my biggest goal was keeping that moderate pace and not going overboard and turning into like a sprint or a threshold workout, when that's not what the workout was designed and written up as. So I think I held true to it with the splits. I think it averaged about 8 something. I haven't really looked at it yet, but I know it's something. It was an 8 for the majority. I feel like I could have done more, which is good. I finished with, I still think I had some in the tank. Um, as far as fueling goes, I haven't been taking on any gels during the runs, except for my like certified long runs, which are on Sundays. So this one being 10 miles, I kind of thought I may be on the fence and needed some, but instead I have my usual bagel, honey, banana, and electrolytes, and that seems to be doing really well. So as I'm putting these runs together and putting these workouts together, I'm taking notes on what's working, what's not working, and that morning pre-run fuel seems to be working. The Morton gel seems to be working, and electrolytes seem to be working. So yeah, thankfully with this run, it wasn't 10 easy, because if it was 10 easy, there's no way I'd be at home at work on time today, because of all the setbacks that I had during the run, before the run. I would still be running. So luckily I got to put a little snap in my step for the last 6 miles, getting back a little bit before 6:30 in the morning. It's 6:26 right now, so I got just enough time to shower, change, get to work, get me some iced coffee, my favorite part of the morning, and get to work. Got some inspections to go through today, and then after that, we have a pull session at a super crowded after work gym. So, got to get it. No matter how we get it, we got to get it. Stay motivated and stay in the course. I'll see you guys in the next update. Peace. All right, we've made it to Thursday. Today we got an easy 6-mile run, easy pace 6-mile run with 10 by 8 second hill sprints, which this is one of those runs that I kind of got to finagle the neighborhood just a little bit, so I can get to the hill within 4 miles, do about a mile of hill sprints and returns, and then get back home in that mile. So I finagle the route just a little bit to make sure I'm not going out of my way after or during these sprints. We're feeling a little fatigued from the week. Nothing crazy. I think it's pretty normal from the mileage that I've put in this week so far. But this one is going to be an easier run to kind of flush the legs out and then keep the body going. And then even tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, that's going to be another easy run. So we're really just working with volume right now, consistency, and getting used to time on legs. And I feel like it's paying off, to be quite honest with you. Now we're here in week 6. What's the saying? It takes 6 weeks to start a habit. And we're just about finished 6 weeks of doing the same consistency over and over and over again. And I do feel like my body's adapting to it. From day one, if I looked at that training plan and it said to do 16 miles, there's absolutely no way that would happen. But now, like, I'm almost disappointed that my next long run isn't going to be a new longest distance ever. It's going to be actually a hard run. It's classified as a hard run. There's some hard intervals in there. So, I'm also just to talk about why I get up so early. Like I mentioned it before, it's because the time of day, it's easier to get this knocked out. It's easier to get something hard done for me first thing in the morning. And this is typically the hardest thing that I do every day. So I like to knock it out and start my day with that. But also it's like summertime. Now granted, I live in Southern California, so we don't have scorching hot days, but I've adapted to this weather now. So when it gets to be like 75, 76 or 80, that probably sounds ridiculous. That's very, very hot to me now. And I know people all over the country are struggling, and all over the world are struggling with their running hobbies now as it's starting to get hot and humid. So my suggestion for that is, if you can afford to, if your schedule allows, getting up earlier and knocking these out before the sun's beaming down on you has paid off dividends for me. So I enjoy it also. It's kind of just like time to think, time to get my day together, and I start off on a positive note every day. So here we go, week 6, enough talking. We got a 6-mile run. We'll knock it out, and we have legs today. So got to get started, got to knock this out first. See y'all in a little bit. Peace. I was waiting for the sun to come out to get a little running clip in, but it was such a short run compared to other ones that we're just wrapping up now. Less than a mile left. And I just got a little bit of daylight coming in. But it's an easy 6-mile run. Like, it's crazy to get to a point where you're like, yes, only 6 miles. But the hill sprints are definitely, I think, paying dividends.
I'm enjoying them because it switches everything up. That's a little bit. Anyway, point is, sun's coming up. We're wrapping up the run. Let's get back home so we can really officially close it out. That's a wrap for the run. And you know what? I just don't deserve to have a water bottle. I don't need to have a water bottle. I shouldn't have one. I need to stop buying them because I had it, filled it up last night, put it in the refrigerator so it was nice and cold for the run this morning. Get out here, stretch, do my intro video for the run, and then left it on my truck just like I did my last one. And that's exactly how I lost my last water bottle. I left it on my truck and then I went to work and it was in the middle of the road. Thankfully, I left it on the front, on the hood. So worst case scenario, I'll see it before I leave to go to work. But I need to start remembering things. I think it's getting up so early, consistently over and over again. By the end of the week, I'm just like physically and mentally drained. And I think that's why I kept losing them. And that's why I did it last time. Anyway, the run. So splits. We took it pretty easy, not overly easy. I think the first mile was 9:30. Second mile was like 10:04. And then we stayed about 9:40s for the rest of it, for the first four at least. And then did about a mile and hill sprints and recoveries, 10 by 8 seconds. And I try to make that take about a mile so that by the time I get to the top of the hill for the last time, I can just, it's a mile straight back home. It felt really, really good. And, you know, all things considered, considering the mileage that I've done, the distance I've ran this week and over the past 6 weeks, to still be up and functionable. And thank God, healthy, not hurt, not with injury. So it's a good feeling to be getting to this point. I feel as though I'm progressing. I feel as though my body is holding up to the beating that it's getting through strength training and through running, and I feel like I'm adapting to it. And it's a really, really good feeling, and I'm really happy with where I am right now, and I'm happy with the amount of time that I have left in this training block before the actual marathon. So I think we're making real progress. One thing I wish I would have done, I should have done like just a physique before picture, which I'll just take one now, even though we're already in week 6. We still got 15 weeks to go though. And then and after, right before my race, of another physique photo, just because I know my body's going to drastically change one way or another after these 15 weeks of training. So my biggest goal is to obviously keep the endurance up and get better at running, but also to maintain the muscle that I have accumulated over the past year or so. So that's why my protein is so high, because I don't want to lose all my muscle. But anyway, rambling session. Tomorrow's Friday. Tomorrow's the last day of the running week. And then we go into an off day of running on Saturday, but we still get up that morning and do a push workout. And then Sunday, we start it all over again for the next week, but we'll get into that when we get into that. So thanks for watching this far. One more day to go this week. See you guys soon. Peace. Thankfully, we made it to Friday, the last running day of week 6, the last training day of week 6. And we just got a simple 8-mile easy run. So no thinking, no workouts programmed into the watch. Just gonna throw some music on, hit the road, and then be back home and get the lock in for this weekend and get some relaxing in. I did legs yesterday and I did a little bit more volume than I typically do. And my quads already feel a little heavy. I haven't been taking a running stride yet. So hopefully they hold up over the 8 miles. No gym today, no nothing else today, just this 8-mile run and then chilling all day tomorrow. But then we go right into Sunday for the next long run to start week 7. So knock the run out, come back after, wrap up the week, and then commence chilling. So I think we're at 3.67 miles so far. Starting out, my legs felt like center blocks. Like my thighs felt like I was slinging around center blocks for like the first 2 miles. But it kind of eased up, warmed up a little bit. As you can see, we're on the beach now. Favorite spot, favorite stretch of any run by far. Not too sunny out yet, but we're getting through it. Can't wait to get home and guess what? Get that iced coffee. Let's finish this one up, baby. All right, we're recording me. Tell them about the run. Tell them about the run. Tell them how it went. And the part. Okay. All right. So that's it. That's it. We just wrapped up our 8-mile easy pace run. We just did kind of a familiar route, which I'm familiar with, so I didn't need to track it. I didn't think too much about it. Just go.
overall run was pretty interesting because today is the 3rd of July, and there's this thing in Huntington Beach where they have this huge 4th of July parade, and this is our second year here. But I guess what they do is they chalk out their areas. So it's interesting. As soon as I turn down Main Street, I normally run that sidewalk, but it was just like full of people. It was almost like a race day because there's like all these people on in the neutral ground, the median, and the sidewalk, and they look like they're watching a parade, but they're all just I guess staking out spots for tomorrow. So it's pretty cool. Like they have all these chalk designs. You're allowed to chalk up the sidewalk or the street to mark your area, and that's how people like claim their area for the parade tomorrow. What I'm curious if they're like gonna hang out there all day until tomorrow morning, but not totally sure. Mia, come here, mama. So yeah, let's talk about the run. Splits can go up right here. It started very heavy, and I know that I had that little cut in where I talked about my legs being heavy, and they got better. They did get better for a little bit, but ultimately, like that was a heavy run on my legs, mostly like my hamstrings and my thigh area. But yeah, it loosened up just a little bit, and I think just because of the wear and tear that my body's going through, the early stages of this run, I had some cardiac drifting going on where my heart rate was higher than usual. Mia, come here. But my heart rate was like higher than usual for as slow as I was going and for as early in it on as a run as I was going. But Mike told me don't worry about it, so I'm not tripping, Mike. I know it's gonna happen sometimes. I just let it happen naturally now. But it did actually go down once I settled into the run a little bit. It evened out about 140ish, low 140, something like that. So even in the 30s, so it was good. Um, Slow pace is still sitting around 930, but I think I average like 950 on this run. And like I said, I let my heart rate dictate my slow pace. So my slow pace may not always be the same, but if my heart rate is staying in zone two and I'm doing 930 a mile, then I'll hold that. But if it's going up, then I'll slow down. This officially completes week 6. I am so tired some of these days. I thought I was recording my end of the week video yesterday, but it was Thursday. And I was like, oh, let me talk about the total mileage that I ran. And then I haven't finished that mileage yet. So today was that last 8 miles, which puts us at a whopping 52 miles for the week, which is clearly the most volume I've ever done in a week. And I had some doubts that I'll be able to get to this point because when I first started running my training for my half marathon, I was doing like 26 miles a week. I think 31 was like my peak overall. And the fact that I haven't peaked yet in this training plan, I still got a couple weeks to go until the peak, and I'm already sitting at 52 miles, which is now on pace with what's prescribed by the training plan that I'm following. Because the first 5 weeks I actually knocked off a couple miles on each day. So week 6 was actually the first week that I went verbatim from Sunday long run until Friday easy run typically, but I didn't change any of the miles. So we're actually officially tracking this training plan now. I just wanted to get my legs up under me. I didn't want to do too much too soon. Um, and I want to stay healthy, right? So thank God we just finished week 6 and I'm still healthy, no injuries. I take all the proper measures, I think, which is why I think we're still holding up so well. I just pray that we keep it going and we're able to finish these uh, last 3 quarters of this training plan that I've got. So ending this week on a very positive note. I cannot wait to relax and just like kick my feet up all day the rest of the day. Most likely all day tomorrow as well, and get this body ready for week 7. I can't believe we're talking about week 7 already. We started this in May. It is now July. But yeah, 4th of July is tomorrow. We're going to celebrate, I think, in the neighborhood with our neighbors and maybe go see the parade that everybody already chalked out spots for. But definitely, one thing we're definitely doing is I have an upper day and then gym tomorrow morning, and that's a non-negotiable. We got to keep the muscle that we got. All right. Thanks for watching. Rambling again. Stay the course, man. If you got a goal, get after it. If you have something you want to accomplish, get the training and do it because I'm living that right now. Never thought I'd be training for a marathon. Never thought I'd dream of training for a marathon. And now we're 6 weeks into it. So stay the course as usual. And I'll see you guys next week. Take care. Peace.